You got me now?
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to the podcast. This is Third Thoughts. What up, Chief?
I'm here.
How's it going?
It's going good, man. How about you?
I'm good.
It's been
I
a
say
great
that-
day today.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I say that like we haven't been sitting here for like 20 minutes just talking.
Yeah, but not about anything we're going to talk about on the show, because
true.
that would be unethical.
It would be wrong, really.
It would be wrong.
Because Third Thoughts is all about the live reactions.
Why do we call it third thoughts if it's really our first thought?
It's not, though.
No, because I ponder these things deeply in my mind over the course
Right.
of time.
We all do. All of us here at TTP
Yes,
spend lots of time thinking about
the deeper things of life.
and the things going on in the world. Hey, thanks so much for being with us. If you're here live on Spreaker, we appreciate ya. And if you're listening later on iTunes, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, wherever you are, we appreciate you as well. And
But
remember,
to make up for the fact that you weren't listening live, go to the Patreon.
donate to Patreon/Third Podcast. Remember, you can find us on social media at Third Podcast. The email is thirdpodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a message there. You can hit us on Twitter. You can, best of all, join every Tuesday at 4 p.m. and chat in this little chat box on Spreaker with me. Only I can see it. Chief can't see it.
Nope.
So if you want to talk about him behind his back, you can send a chat message directly to me during the show.
And I will care absolutely none.
And that's true. He won't care at all. So, yeah, Chief, there's some the world we live in is nuts. I mean, it reminds me of a song. You know, there's a particular song. It's just a mad world.
A haunting, melodic.
Yeah. That's how I feel. When I read the news, when I open the news app and I scroll through the news app on my iPad, I feel like this song just plays in my head every time.
Yeah, I mean, what else is... Yeah, I mean, this is kind of our lives.
Yeah.
This is the anthem of humanity right now.
It really is. And we're not playing it through Spreaker because I don't know if it's legal for us to play that song because we don't have the rights to it. But
I don't even know who's playing this song.
It doesn't even matter.
It may be a car driving by for all I know.
I feel like it's leaking out of my brain because I'm thinking about the news and I feel like it's just coming out of my ears rather than going into my ears.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, complete sense. Yeah.
Listen, I gotta break this open with a story. I just read this. This one probably is. I've thought through it a couple times in the past 5 minutes, but this story is crazy. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saved this specifically just so I could see how you would react.
Okay.
So, man, this is wild. Okay.
Let me get the microphone close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't breathe into it like that. It's like really loud in my ears. All right, here's the headline. Easy now. Here's the headline. The embryo is just a year younger than the mother who birthed her.
What?
Yeah, no, I read it right. I know what you're saying, but the embryo is just a year younger than the mother who birthed her.
The embryo is a year younger than the mother who birthed her.
It's not a trick question. Are you ready for the answer?
Yeah, well, I already know it, but go ahead.
The longest known frozen human
Yes.
embryo to result in a successful birth was born last month in Tennessee.
Go Vols.
I guess. Emma Wren Gibson, delivered on November 25th by Dr. Jeffrey Keenan, medical director of the National Embryo Donation Center, is the result of an embryo originally frozen on October 14th, 1992. Fun fact, that embryo was frozen before I was born.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's what the mother says too. Do you realize that I'm only 25? This embryo and I could have been best friends, Tina Gibson said.
Hi, this is my best friend, embryo.
Isn't that weird? That jump blew my mind.
Well, I mean, why that embryo? Did she choose that embryo? Did somebody pay her to carry it? What's the backstory there?
I don't know. I mean, she just said, I just wanted a baby. I don't care if it's a world record or not.
I just wanted a baby. I don't care if it's a world record or not.
Let's see. The baby's name is Emma, right? Emma's story begins long before the Gibsons adopted, in quotes, her, and 4 sibling embryos from the same egg donor. Created for in vitro fertilization by another anonymous couple, the embryos have been left in storage so they could be used by someone unable or unwilling to conceive a child naturally.
If you get the if you get
okay, her husband has cystic fibrosis.
Okay,
so they're infertile.
Yeah, but if you get a 25-year-old embryo,
yeah,
do you get a discount?
What is it like?
I mean,
is it like? I don't know. I don't even know.
But here's the thing, though. What we should do is we should monitor this child, and we should see if evolution is a real thing, because we could see this. Because you know how our children today, they're born and it just seems like they automatically know how to use an iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, this embryo was before the iPhone, so if this child comes out and can't use electronics easily, then that's going to show us that maybe something is happening deep down genetically.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
That's insane, dude. Man, that's insane. Wow. I mean, congrats. But wow, what a story.
I mean, what do you do? Do you go into the embryo store and say, "No, I think I'll take that one way back there in the back"?
Yeah, can I get the vintage 92?
Yeah, not that one. The one that's, that one back there that's freezer burned just a little bit.
My gosh, it's so weird to talk about. Like, I feel weird joking about it.
It's like Merry Christmas, right?
Yeah, 25
Wow.
years ago. 25th of December is Christmas. I'm a master of segues. Who said I'm not a host?
I think I did that, but go ahead.
No. You can think that you did it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
You got a Christmas story?
Not really a story. I just have some information about Christmas.
Okay, yeah. Hit me with it.
All right. According to this article, the average American spends $700 on holiday gifts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, but yeah.
For a grand total, this is what Americans are going to spend this year, $465 billion, not million with an M, billion.
With a B.
With a B.
Yes.
Like the FBI, B, billion. $465 billion on Christmas gifts this year.
Wow.
Americans, not globally.
Wow.
But listen to this.
Yeah.
If that money was spent entirely on U.S.-made products, it would have created 4.6 million jobs.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, Amazon is costing us jobs. Alibaba is costing us jobs.
Alibaba?
You don't know what Alibaba is?
Is that something other than the original Alibaba?
Alibaba is an app that you can buy stuff from China.
Is it Alibaba? Are you sure? I think it's AliExpress.
No, it's Alibaba.
What's Alibaba?
Hold on.
I'm going to have to look it up. I've heard of AliExpress.
Hold on. Let me do something here.
Alibaba.
It's Alibaba.
Are you making a call?
It's Alibaba. Yeah.
Is it still a caller if you call? I guess it is. Alibaba, there it is.
Yeah. Hey, baby. Listen, we're here live. Can you share some insight with me for just a moment? I need some insight for our listening audience into Alibaba. Can I put you on speaker and you kind of give us a rundown of what Alibaba is? Yeah, hold on just a second. Okay. Here we are live with Angie Stewart, Angie, we've been discussing the $465 billion that Americans spend on Christmas.
Yes.
If all that was spent on American-made goods, it would create 4.6 million jobs. And then I brought up Alibaba. Clay said, "What's Alibaba?" So just in 30 seconds, tell our audience what Alibaba is.
Alibaba is a website that has sellers. It's kind of like their eBay for over here in the United States. It's in China, and they have goods that you buy from there. I had a bad experience, so I'm not a good one to ask, I don't think.
No, that's why I called. Yeah, that's why
Okay.
you're the one I want. Yeah.
All my goods were they were counterfeit goods.
Whoa.
And was very, very, very disappointed. I did get my money back, full refund on them. However, it did take a while, and I had to send pictures and prove that they were fake, but they were all counterfeit, and they were described as the authentic merchandise.
So what did our 10-year-old, I mean our 11-year-old daughter, how did she refer to that?
Scam.
She said, "Mom, Alibaba, that sounds like a scam."
Jeez.
Shady.
She said, "Yeah, that Mom, Alibaba sounds shady." So so we ordered LOL dolls, and what we got was LQL dolls in the
Ew.
exact same wrapping with a little tail
No.
off of the O. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, baby. I love you. I'll be home soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Wow, that's
So
our
there you
first,
have.
first little call in.
Alibaba has
Dang,
cost
bro.
us American jobs.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Christmas is here, guys. Christmas is here.
I mean, you know Alibaba is a character, right?
Yes, I do know Alibaba. I know.
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. And we're thinking this is a reputable website to buy from.
Well, it's cheap.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
But,
LQL dolls.
LQL dolls, baby.
Oh,
Those
man.
good old LQL
Speaking of
dolls.
scams,
Yes.
let's talk about taxes for a second.
Oh, my goodness.
You like that segue? That was a pure millennial segue right there.
Okay. Let's go.
You know that reminds about the embryo. It's like it was created in 92, right?
Right.
What if you got an embryo that was from a generation before you? Like which one are you?
What do you mean?
Which generation are you?
I guess I'm Generation X.
X? Gen X?
I'm Gen X. I'm the first gen, baby. We started all of the gen stuff.
Gen X. And I'm in the millennial generation. And what's next? There's something else already, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think it would just be interesting if you had if you're a millennial and you got a Gen X embryo. They don't last that long, I guess, do they? 25 years, though. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I mean, is
A
it
generation is 40 years, right?
is it nature or nurture?
Oh, yeah. I think it's definitely...
I mean, what if you went way back? I don't even know if they did it then. Let's just say you went way back to like your great grandparents, and you got an embryo, and it was born, and it was always worried about the Great Depression.
It's like...
we have just really skewed this thing to
Yeah,
a
we
place. I don't
have.
know if we can bring it back.
My great segue. All right, so the tax bill, I don't want to talk too much about the tax bill because to be fair, I don't know terribly too much about it other than it's supposed to be great if you talk to certain people, and if you talk to someone else who doesn't agree with that person, they'll say that it's terrible and awful.
Right.
It's like most American issues.
Sure.
So, yeah, but I was reading this article from Washington Post, and it says families earning less than $25,000
Right.
would receive an average tax cut of $60,
Yes.
and that's per year, right?
Yes.
While those earning more than $733,000 would see an average cut of $51,000.
Right.
According to the Nonpartisan Tax Policy Center. So when I first read that,
Right.
I think that this proportion is not correct.
Right.
But we crunched a couple numbers a few minutes ago.
Yes.
And at first glance, it does seem really skewed and weird and messed up. But then I realized that $733,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, because
The numbers get that big.
Yeah, what we're basically looking at is, okay, you make $25,000.
Yeah.
At the tax bracket that you're in. You're paying like $3,000 worth of taxes. $733,000 at the tax bracket you're in, you're paying $270,000 worth of taxes.
Yes.
So you get a $50,000 tax break, you're still paying $220,000 in taxes.
Right.
So you're
Which
paying
at that high of income, I mean,
right.
I guess you notice, but no, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
it's just
well,
like you
here's-
noticing $60 more.
But right, here's also the thing that you have to remember too. At that higher income level, you're paying income tax.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At $25,000, you're already getting a refund back.
Yeah.
You're already getting money back.
Right.
So you're just going to get a little more money back. The higher one, you're just going to pay a little less.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people. I know we have people that on this show that listen to this show religiously. They're on here every day.
Probably
they listen
right
to
now.
our show. They're probably listening right now.
I wouldn't know it because they're not chatting in the box.
That are against the tax bill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that I'm not for it or against it. When you're as broke as me, it doesn't really matter.
Jeez.
I mean, they give me 60, take 60 away. It's not going to make me or break me. I'm already broke.
I mean, that's just...
So, but anyway, I think that just like with anything, net neutrality, all of those things, that you just have to kind of we just have to wait and see what happens because we don't really know. I mean, I know where you stand on net neutrality. I'm kind of, I'm for this thing happening, this repeal. I believe that, we're going to see some things happen. I believe that, the pornography industry is going to take a huge hit as a result. I think
And if it does, that's fantastic.
yeah, I mean,
That's
listen,
fantastic. Seriously, it
because
is.
let me tell you how it works in other places. So, okay, let's just say that AT&T decides they're going to charge people for their porn indulgence. Okay.
Yes.
So that means that kids can't secretly view it because it's either going to be blocked or their parents are going to get charged for it.
Right.
So parents are going to know. So it gives you a new level of accountability and monitoring. But let's go a step further to a different society, a different culture. When we were over in Roatan, Honduras, yeah, there's a pastor. His family owns the cable company on the island of Roatan.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. He owns whole cable company.
Mogul.
So, so we're talking about cable television. And he says, "Yeah, I started riding around, and I saw all these kids trying to wear these gold chains and gold teeth and wearing these crazy sunglasses, trying to act like rap stars." He said, and I realized that they had to be seeing this on television. So what I went and did is I just went down to the station when I had that realization right then, and I just cut BET and MTV off of our cable. We didn't offer it anymore. Yeah, so because he saw the negative things that were happening in society, not as a government, but as an individual corporation that doesn't have to have politically correct values, but can have values that exist right there inside that corporation from the leadership. He just went and did away with those things because he saw the harm that it was doing to society, because he lived on Main Street and he operated a business that affected Main Street.
Right. Well, and I guess, and I see that, and I see the point.
I just use that to segue into something I wanted to say, but the tax bill is something that is it going to bring some growing pains? Probably.
Well, sure. I mean, anything would.
Sure, absolutely.
Any change is going to do.
We're just going to have to wait and see. I hope what it does is empower small business.
Yeah.
Small business is what made America great. If we can empower small businesses to hire more people, hire people to get into small business, then I hope that that we can see a resurgence of the true American economy. Not money stashed in Bitcoin, not money stashed in the internet.
Man, that thing is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It hit 19,000 now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Did you see where? Listen, we're just on the cuff here, guys. We're just completely shooting off the hip now.
Yeah, this is what you want, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
you're
did
listening
you
to this,
see
this is how you
where
want it to be.
North Korea, where we have now said that they are the perpetrators of the WannaCry virus?
Yeah, I did see that earlier.
Yeah,
when I was researching,
and you know
yeah.
they held everybody's data hostage, and you had to pay them in partial Bitcoin.
Oh, they wouldn't accept anything.
That
but
was the
Bitcoin.
ransom, and now we know why.
Wow.
Can you imagine how much North Korea got from that madness?
Wow.
Yeah. So cyber attack,
Jeez,
cyber
man.
terrorism, WannaCry, partial Bitcoin. Now they can probably fund their nuclear arsenal because you lost your 20-year-old college dissertation and you just felt that you needed it back. I'm not talking to you, Clay. I'm just talking to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, if I wrote
So-
a dissertation 20 years ago, geez.
If you wrote a dissertation 20 years ago, your dissertation would still be younger than that embryo that was born.
Whoa. That's true. That's true. Now, and I like your Honduras story. Just to go back to that for a second.
Okay.
Because I think that's wonderful. The trouble is, I have a hard time believing that Verizon and AT&T would be so noble, and Comcast and all the big ones. You know,
Not nobility. It's not about nobility. What's going to happen is they're going to realize we have a market. We have a market of addicts who are going to go out of their way to pay for their product. All these people that are addicted to pornography, they're going to pay the fee.
Well, yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, that's Budweiser puts, hey, don't drink and drive advertisements on, television, but they know it's not going to stop people from drinking and driving. They're going to find a way to manipulate the system to make money. We look like good guys, but really what we're doing is we just want to make money.
Right.
What we did is, hey, don't drink and drive. We just reminded you to go get a Bud out of the refrigerator and pop the top on a cold one.
Right. No, and that's what I'm saying.
And AT&T is going to do the same thing.
And I think it's great if it impacts industries that are less than wholesome.
Yes.
But the problem is where does it? I mean, where does the line? Where does it stop?
We don't know.
Exactly.
But America was
But now
built.
we're going.
But America was built on capitalism.
Oh, I know.
So I mean, yeah. I think we just have to see what happens. I think it's I'm going to side with Nathan Campbell and think that we're going to be looking at a better product.
I mean,
Shout out to Nate.
Here's the thing. I don't think he listens to the show.
I don't think he does either.
But
in case he ever does, in case he finds it in the archive,
yeah, I mean,
I love you, buddy.
I guess I love Nathan too. The thing is, what about people who don't have an option? Because this is the argument I hear that, well, if you don't like it, just vote with your wallet and get a different provider.
Right.
But what if you don't have the option? This is the issue, especially places near here where we live, where people only have one internet service provider. You don't have an option. So do you think this is going to open the market up enough so that there will be more options? You got some startup options,
Yes.
who will take advantage of the customers the big places lose?
Yes.
I mean, how long does that take, though? I mean, and will they be able to have the capital to even start those things? How do you compete against Verizon, bro?
You don't have to compete against Verizon. You don't have to be the biggest. I worked for an ISP. I worked for an internet service provider.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was one of the things we did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a local grassroots company.
Mm-hmm.
And even after the advent of high-speed internet, we still had people using our dial-up ISP service because it was local, homegrown, and it meant something to them.
Really?
Yes.
What year was this?
It was 12 or 13 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know,
Well,
I'm sure
listen.
they're not still doing it today.
Right. And I don't have a whole lot of.
But you don't have to build a corporation with the overhead.
Yeah. No, I understand. And I hope it does work out that way. I hope it opens everything up.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking about net neutrality. Let's talk about something.
You brought it up.
Let's talk about something that really matters in the world. Listen, live from the corner, there is this thing at
Chiefs
LAX
corner.
now. There's this thing at LAX now called the private suite.
Mm-hmm.
And it's guaranteed no more than 70 steps from car to your airplane.
Wait, what? So you get out of your car, and it's what? How does that even work?
You don't have to take more than 70 steps from the time you get out of your car till the time you board your airplane.
So they have like a special parking area for
You
these
pull
people.
up, and they pick you up and
Yeah.
drive you to the entrance to this private suite. You go into your private suite. It's just you.
like a hotel room.
Yeah, well, there's a picture of it. It's like a plush room.
Is there like a bed? I see some
Yeah,
chairs.
it's got like couches and plush chairs, and it looks like
like a condo.
it looks like a condo.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're a member, which costs $7,800 a year, $7,500 a year for membership,
Okay.
and then you pay $2,700 to $3,000 per visit on top of that.
What?
But if you're a member, you have access to things like pre-flight massage, manicure, haircut. You can arrange a doctor's visit there.
Lord have mercy. Wait, so what do you pay for when you go? If you're already paying a membership fee, what do you pay for when
Well,
you're
you
there?
can also use the room even if you're not a member. But that costs $3,500 to $4,000 per visit, depending on where your flight is to.
Okay, but you were saying
So membership gets you a discount, plus it gets you the privilege to use these other services.
okay.
So, this matters in the world.
Why does this matter?
So, okay, because you only have to take less than 70 steps instead of standing in those long lines. Security comes to you and does all your clearance in the room. Then you get on another cart and they drive you, across the tarmac.
Uh-huh.
And you board the plane in the rear.
What?
So you don't have to stand in line to get on the plane, and you get to get on before everybody else.
Wow. It's like some
The private suite only at LAX. I'm sure it's to cater to the rich and famous, the celebrities. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, there it is.
Don't they have their own planes and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. No, a lot of them fly commercial.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
a
know.
lot of them fly commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a specific airline that's
my-
doing that, or just
No, it's the airport.
so just LAX, the airport?
LAX, the airport.
Gotcha.
My
That's
wife
pretty
was
sweet.
on a flight with CeeLo Green not long ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
velvet warm up suit, the whole deal.
So that's how you know it's really him.
Yeah, if
If you're ever in public and you think, hey, I think that's CeeLo Green, you look for the velvet.
absolutely. If it's not velvet, it's not him.
Look, before we go, I know you got lots of and I really talked you up on the internets.
There's lots of stuff that are really impacting the world that I want to talk about. Serious things.
I know you got a lot of stuff. So no, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What you got? You got something loaded up right now?
Yeah. Let me talk about this one. Sean Diddy Combs,
Yes.
P
Love.
Diddy, Puff,
Dr.
Daddy,
Love,
Brother Love,
Brother Love.
lots of names. Says he has his eyes on purchasing the Carolina Panthers because the guy's in trouble.
Yeah.
Sexual harassment. He's selling the Panthers
The
at the end
NFL
of the
team.
year. The NFL team.
If you're not
yes.
into sports,
So
NFL team.
So Sean Diddy Combs is going to buy the Carolina Panthers, and this is what he says: his first order of business
Mm-hmm.
after he buys the Carolina Panthers is to sign Colin Kaepernick. He's going to buy the Carolina Panthers in order to sign Colin Kaepernick.
What sort of brain damage do you need to have to want Kaepernick over Cam Newton?
Well, I don't think he said he was going to get rid of Cam. He's just going to sign Colin Kaepernick.
That's just a waste of capital.
Which means the way Cam plays, Kaepernick's going to end up being in the game. So you're just buying this to lose. You're not buying it to win because, let's face it, if Colin Kaepernick was a real quarterback, it wouldn't matter. If Tom Brady had knelt, Tom Brady would still be the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots.
Yes.
Colin Kaepernick is not in the NFL. This should be a tomorrow spot because he can't play quarterback.
Quick plug
and Sean
for the Tomorrow Show.
And P. Diddy is just lost his mind.
That is insane. What's he even going to...
I don't know, but I want to stay in the rap world. I got one more, then we're going to go to something else, and we'll come back.
Okay.
Because but I got one more. Let's stay in the rap world. This one concerns Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Okay? Jay-Z is making a documentary about the Trayvon Martin story. Mm-hmm. You remember Trayvon Martin?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
He was acquitted.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z is making this documentary. So Zimmerman has told Jay-Z that he needs to just stop. He just needs to drop it. And if he doesn't, he will feed Jay-Z to an alligator.
That's the actual statement that he made.
Yes. Zimmerman said that he will feed people to an alligator. He said, I know to handle people who blank with me. I have since February 2012, which is when he killed Trayvon Martin. I will feed him to an alligator. But listen, it gets better.
It gets better than that?
Yeah, because the dog himself, Snoop Lion, a.k.a. Snoop Dogg, has now gotten in on the fray.
Really?
He's irate. Okay?
It takes a lot.
In some, I don't know when he found a moment of conscious clarity, but he is now in on the fray. And this is what Snoop says in an Instagram post. If one hair on Jay's hair is touched, that's when the revolution will be televised. I don't even know what that means.
He said if one hair on Jay's hair?
One hair on Jay's hair is touched.
How many layers of hair does Jay-Z have?
I don't know. Listen, you got some hair if your hair's got hair.
Yeah, you do.
If one hair on Jay's hair is touched, that's when the revolution will be televised. I'm just saying that.
You know what? The incredible part of that story is something actually happened that riled Snoop Dogg out of his haze, out of his normal, just in the clouds, chill self. And it brought him out of that for a second. I'm really impressed.
Here's the even deeper part of the story. It's not over yet.
Oh, this goes deeper now.
Jay-Z was in partnership with Weinstein to make the movie.
Yep.
And now it looks like, now that Weinstein is out,
right,
that they're going to renege on the contract, and now they're not going to make the documentary.
Huh.
So Jay's going to have to fund it himself.
I mean,
maybe Snoop will get involved and help fund it.
I mean, that's some pretty serious money between those two guys.
Yeah, but I mean, I just hope nobody harms a hair on Jay's hair.
I know, we got to watch. That second layer of hair is fragile, you know.
It's fragile.
One hair on the hair gets touched. Revolution.
Televised revolution.
Tell me this, though.
How do you televise the revolution?
I've heard that phrase a lot, like, in my life, I guess. I've never really understood it.
No, is that like a rap thing?
Yeah, I've heard it in a lot of
Televise the revolution?
songs. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to Google it real quick. But tell me this. How does Zimmerman plan on feeding Jay-Z to an alligator?
Why an alligator?
Yeah, is that just... Why? I don't understand. That's such a weird form of aggression.
I got a segue here. Hold on. You do that. I'm going to do this. Hold on. Another one that I was wondering if I should work it in.
Revolution will be televised.
Okay. This 22-year-old Virginia woman. I'm just saying a better option for Zimmerman to feed Jay to.
Oh, this is a good segue. I'm impressed. You should have your own podcast sometime.
I was thinking about maybe even hosting a competing podcast.
Fourth thoughts?
Yes. Fourth thoughts. 22-year-old Virginia woman takes her 2 brindle-colored pit bulls on a walk. They turn on her and they kill her. Okay? So let me this is a quote from the deputies. Okay? The sheriff who was there with 4 other deputies.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he says. Let me cut right to the chase. The most important detail we did not release because we were worried about the well-being. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. About the well-being of the family is that in the course of trying to capture the dogs early Friday morning, we turned and looked, and I observed, as well as 4 other deputy sheriffs, the dogs eating the rib cage on the body.
Oh my Lord.
And then he follows it up, and this is how he closes. The injuries were severe. The damage appears permanent.
He said that? He said the damage appears permanent as they ate her.
And then he says the damage was so extensive there was nothing left to compare the bite marks to. Now, I just want to put... okay.
Yeah,
So Zimmerman, maybe feed him to pit bulls. Okay, because I don't know if an alligator is going to even eat Jay. I don't know.
It's a ridiculous sentence.
But anyway, okay, I just want you to get this picture in your mind. And listen, my thoughts and prayers go out to this woman's family.
Yeah.
Listen, she's the unfortunate part of this. I want to talk about the police here for just a moment. They're trying to capture the dogs, and in somewhere they're trying to capture the dogs, they lose track of the dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the language here. They lose track of the dogs. Well, they're at a crime scene.
Right.
They have a body. They're trying to catch the dogs. They lose track of the dogs. They turn around, and they discover the dogs are eating the body that they're supposed to be protecting in this crime scene.
Like, how many people were on this operation? Like,
at least 5.
They didn't set up a perimeter or anything? Like, hey, let's maybe watch the body?
That's what I'm wondering.
Why aren't we investigating the body? Like, the dogs just got back to it and just start chowing?
Guess what, Sheriff? I agree. Without seeing the body, the damage was severe.
I'm gonna go even a step further and say it was permanent because
yes,
she died.
Yes,
that's a permanent condition.
Severe. Listen, we were sitting at the dinner table one day.
Okay, and, I can't imagine what kind of story you have coming out of that.
So we have this family friend, Chad, who's at the dinner table with us. And we're sitting there. My in-laws were there. We're having lunch, Sunday lunch, and my father-in-law is a huge Corvette fan. He looks and he announces with with just sadness, Zora Duntov, who was an engineer who worked on designing the Corvette. He said, Zora Duntov died today. And Chad looks at him, completely serious, and he says, "Oh no, was it something? Was it something serious?"
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's serious.
The things that grip us in those moments of grief and fear, and probably just absolute horror
Oh yeah, I'm sure that was a
that come out of
terrible
our
scene.
mouths.
I'm sure it was a terrible scene,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I can't imagine watching that happen.
Anyway, if that was offensive in any way, I apologize, because I think somehow that could be listened to as offensive.
No, I'm not trying to, and we're not trying to make light of the situation.
No.
It's just so ridiculous, that statement. That
Yes,
it's severe and it might be permanent.
correct. Yes, that is severe.
Let me take it a little more wholesome. How about that?
Yeah, My
You just got a little bit dark.
yeah, I've got one that's still dark. If we got time to get there, and I got another one that's not. It's just exciting, absolutely mesmerizingly exciting.
Well, that's good. You got a balance there. Let me tell you this story real quick. I don't know if you read this one. This is from LA Times. These two people in California, and during the fire in October, they
Old fire,
yeah.
not the new fires.
Yeah. John and Jan Pasco were in San Francisco. Well, they ended up going to San Francisco, but they lived in Santa Rosa. All right, so when the fire came through in October,
This is the North Cal farm.
the Tubbs fire.
Yeah.
In October, yeah. They survived. They lost everything. Okay. They survived by spending 6 hours in their neighbor's pool. They escaped their home, got into the neighbor's pool, both of them, and stayed in there for 6 hours,
Wow.
going underwater, coming back up to get air, to stay away from the heat and the flames and the debris. 6 hours. Then they get out. After 6 hours, hold hands. It's like 40 degrees outside. It's cold. They're soaking wet. And they walked and they found a sheriff's deputy. And he said they look like zombies coming out of the... but then they ended up, getting help from family, went and stayed with somebody else. And yeah, like now they're kind of recovering, I guess. People are donating to them, that kind of stuff. But they were artists. So, well, the guy was an artist, John. He like lost all his paintings, all this stuff. They lost a lot of family heirlooms, that kind of stuff. But can you imagine? Thoughts and prayers to them too, and everybody affected.
Oh,
California's in a state of disarray.
Absolutely.
But man, can you imagine spending 6 hours in a swimming pool in October with just fire everywhere, except where you are?
What would have happened if it had gotten hot enough to boil the pool?
That's an interesting question. I wonder what the temperature of the water was like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the ground, I guess. So
but does the fire not make the ground warm?
surely it does.
And I know heat rises, but still.
And we're talking about a lot of fire. I mean,
Yeah.
this entire neighborhood is gone.
Wow.
Yeah, just a crazy story. And they made it out and they did it together, and just a really cool story. But yeah, so they're still in the recovery, and I wonder how many stories are like this that are out there. How many people you think do just? It's like in those times of crisis, you just kind of rise to the occasion and
The will to survive, man.
just get it done.
Yeah.
That's getting it done, man. Going up and down, taking breaths in a pool for 6 hours, getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, miners that drink their own urine.
Ugh.
The great lengths people go to. What about the guy that was hiking and he fell and got his arm hung?
Yeah,
And with a dull pocket knife,
cut his arm off.
he cut his arm off?
That junk's crazy, dude. Could you do it? Did you cut your own arm off?
No.
I couldn't be a miner either.
But you have to understand also, if I'm hiking and I fall and get my arm hung, at my size, it's just going to pull my arm off. Not going to be anything left to cut. It's just going to pop off.
I don't think that's true.
But also, at my size, what's the chance of me hiking?
See, yeah, well, you hike sometimes.
It's a big crevice for me to fall in.
Did you?
It's like the Grand Canyon.
It's a straight cliff.
Yeah.
Did you hike in California?
Yes, we did hike in California.
Yeah, so see, you hike.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to hiking. I'd rather eat, but I'm not opposed to hiking.
What about eating while you hike?
No.
You don't like that?
Hiking kills my appetite. Which probably it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like it's working in the right direction.
My wife fell when we were hiking
Oh, yeah.
into some rocks.
Into some rocks, not into a hole.
Right. Yeah, and she didn't get...
She had to cut her arm off or anything?
No, huge contusion. Like somewhere between baseball and softball size contusion on her arm. Contusion. It's like a swelled up thing with stuff in it.
Is it blood? Is it filled with blood? Is that what that is?
I don't know what it is.
These words, man.
So here we go.
All right.
In 2018, now I don't have a date on this. They didn't give a date. But just exciting stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
In 2018, for the first time ever, we're going to see a black hole.
What? Like in the sky, we're going to be able to see it?
Yes.
We're going to be able to see it from Earth.
The event horizon of a black hole, providing beyond any last vestige of doubt that Einstein's interstellar monsters are real and what they look like. We're going to be able to see it.
Really?
It is 26,000 light years away. Swirling around it are the billions of stars, the billions of stars of our galaxy. At its core is a singularity millions of times heavier than that of the sun.
Wow. What's it going to look like?
They got a picture of it.
Is it like a... That's what it's going to look like?
That's what it's going to look like.
In the night sky?
Yes.
That's crazy. I know if you're listening, you can't see what that looks like. It looks like...
I'll hold it in front of the microphone so they can see.
Yeah. See that?
Yep.
No, it looks like so there's like a dot in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Like a bright dot in the middle, white. And then the edges are like purple. Like a
cloud almost.
Looks like a purple Q-tip.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That's
the event horizon of a black hole that we'll be able to see in 2018. Super excited.
There's no date on that?
No.
Dang, dude. Eclipse in 17, black hole in 18. What does that mean for 19?
Planet X.
Planet X is going to fly by?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm still wondering about those. Remember the things we talked about? Those little cylinder things that are flying through.
Yeah, maybe they're going to get trapped in the black hole.
Maybe they're headed to the black hole. There's a big
possibility.
Big collision about to happen.
Yeah.
This is entirely speculation.
Yeah,
I hope nobody
there's
ever listens to that.
There's nothing scientific behind that whatsoever.
But let's be honest.
Now, what I read, there's scientific evidence behind.
Right, but no one's looking to us for their science news.
No.
Like facts. Like
By
maybe
now,
stories.
the way this show has gone, there's nobody listening to us for anything anymore.
I doubt it. No, there's somebody here.
You think there's somebody still on?
I'm sure there is.
Listen, if you're still on, just comment anything to us. Just say here.
I know Randy was here earlier. Shout out Randy.
Hey Randy, thanks for listening, man. He probably shut it off when I started talking about the dog story.
He might have. Here's a story from our favorite CNN. This is people who quit Twitter in 2017. You ready?
Yes.
This says, Twitter is a cruel mistress. It's mostly populated by people with trash opinions who will happily engage in bitter feuds with complete strangers. But if you're a celebrity, it's also one of the best ways to remind people of yourself and your famous thoughts. There's a lot going on in that sentence.
Yes.
I thought that was a really weird blurb at the top. All right, number 1. Alec Baldwin.
Quit Twitter.
Baldwin quit tweeting in November after his criticisms about Harvey Weinstein's accusers invited serious backlash. He posted a series of tweets apologizing for his remarks and saying he would refrain from using the platform in a while in the current quote-unquote climate.
But he created the climate.
I mean, it sounds like he just kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran is number 2.
Because he broke both of his arms. And he could
no
not
longer
operate the
tweet.
phone.
Just use Siri, Ed. Come on, man. It's 2017. The English singer hasn't
Hey, Siri.
hasn't
Tweet
tweeted.
my arms hurt. I just launched Hey Siri on my phone when I said that.
But you don't have Twitter, so.
Whoa. That was crazy.
The
That's
English
scary.
singer, that was really weird. Hasn't tweeted since July and said he quit because, well, people can be the worst.
Wow.
I go on it and there's nothing but people saying mean things, he told The Sun in July. One comment ruins your day, and that's why I've come off of it.
Let me speak some advice to Ed. If one negative comment can ruin your day,
Ruins his day,
you're
man.
not a stable person.
It ruins his day. Sad.
Have you ever heard a negative? Have you ever seen negative comments ruin my day?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
When?
I don't have a date for you.
Unless somebody says your hair looks bad.
No one really says that though.
I don't have great hair.
You do? You said you do have great hair?
I have great hair. Yeah.
Gray hair?
Great.
Gray? It's weird. I might need to turn the highs up. I can't really get the T on the end of that. Gray is what I'm hearing. Number 3.
Yeah.
Solange Knowles.
I forgot she was here.
Beyonce's sister shut down her Twitter account in August, but not before posting an explanation of sorts in a final tweet. And on Instagram, posts, "When we gonna pull up?" What does that mean? On Instagram, the singer and activist explain the deep, dark-rooted ugliness of current racial conversations and perspectives, and that quitting the platform was an act of self-preservation.
Who's next?
Well, I'll tell you who's next. Probably the next president of the United States.
Kanye West.
Kanye West. This is the description under his picture. West, an iconic user of Twitter and Instagram, deleted both of his accounts in May.
Was this while he was on the mountain?
He might have been on the mountain. But yeah, that's all it says. That's it. No reason. He didn't give a final tweet or a, here's why I'm leaving. He just bounced out.
It's a knife.
That's 21 Savage.
No. Same basic principle, though.
He just left. You know what? I don't think he ever really liked it, though. He posted weird stuff.
I think probably Kim made him.
You think?
Yeah.
Dang. I guess he found the right one then. Somebody that he will listen to.
I think his in-law family, social media is enough for him.
There's enough drama going on. He doesn't even need Twitter.
No.
Number 5. Allison Camerota. In July, CNN anchor Camerota wrote an op-ed explaining why she was breaking up with Twitter.
I don't even know who that is, so you can't count that person as a celebrity.
Well, if you watch CNN, I guess you would know her.
Yeah, I'm not going to know her.
She writes, I don't like thinking of people using you, typing away with nothing but a keyboard and a chip on their shoulder, but that's the company you're keeping. You're hanging out with people who find satisfaction spewing. I don't know what that says.
Is it handwritten?
It's just weird looking. People who spread racism, misogyny, and anti-Semitism.
Okay.
Those are her reasons. Those 3 things.
Next.
As if when you leave Twitter, those things don't exist anymore somehow.
You work for CNN.
Yeah, what do you read if you work for CNN? You got to read something, right?
Right. No, well, I don't know that that's necessarily true.
You know.
Anyway, who else quit
Number
Twitter?
6.
I'm so mesmerized by this story. Who else quit Twitter?
You don't seem very mesmerized. You seem like you're kind of bored with this story.
In another 10 seconds, I'm going to eat the rest of this moon pie.
Number 6, Ty and Nahisi Coates.
Okay, we're not even in famous people anymore.
It was a short list. In perhaps the most intellectually fueled Twitter breakup of the year, the author and cultural figure. I guess, I mean, I've written stuff before, and I live in the world, so I guess I'm an author and a cultural figure too, right?
Yes.
Just recently deleted his Twitter account after an ongoing disagreement with activist and author Cornel West. His last tweet, "Peace, y'all. I'm out."
Mamba out.
Number 7, Armie Hammer. You know Armie Hammer, right?
I know who Armie Hammer is.
Hammer deleted his Twitter account in November after, get this, BuzzFeed published a long article that was highly critical of his film career. He told reporters that he has no impulse control and was better off without the toxic environment. Okay, if you can't control yourself with your phone, you don't need to delete Twitter. You need to get rid of your phone.
No, you need therapy.
Well, yeah, you need professional help. But the first step, I don't know if you should just... I think there's a lot more going on than Twitter if you're that sensitive.
Yes.
There's some missing...
Yeah.
missing parts.
Right. Yeah. I mean, your name is Armie Hammer. Toughen up.
That's not even a weird... It's a cool name. Should be fine.
But it's a tough name.
Yeah, you should be secure in that.
Right.
The Hammer. My name was Hammer.
He played the Winklevi, right? In The Social Network?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
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 That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Social Network.
Yeah. Just saying. What made him famous was a movie called The Social Network. That's the implication there. The movie that made him famous was called The Social Network.
Now, I will say this. Speaking of Facebook, though, did you see where they did that study? And
No.
Facebook actually admitted that using Facebook is bad for your mental health.
But they don't care.
But something about, I think there's like a threshold of some kind, where if you use it over that threshold, it corrects itself.
Oh my goodness!
I swear it's something. It's
that's
so ridiculous.
their study.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But like up to a certain point, like if you're not totally addicted, but just a little bit addicted, you're gonna have some problems. But if you get totally addicted,
You're okay.
you're good. Yeah.
If your whole life is wrapped up in
If
it,
everything you got going on is on Facebook,
there is definitely a scientific. There's been a scientific study
yeah,
that shows that getting likes on social media posts releases the same endorphins as someone who cuts themselves, self-mutilates.
yeah. In a similar vein, video games now have these loot boxes, and a loot box is basically a package of in-game items, right? That are either cosmetic or they help you do better in the game. And you can buy them with real money. So you already bought the game. Then you can buy this digital stuff to help you do better in the game. And they said that there's a big lawsuit going on right now because apparently buying those loot boxes, because the loot boxes are randomized. So when you buy one, there's only a small chance that you get something good.
It's like baseball cards.
It's gambling. There's actually a lawsuit now, like a class action thing going on, saying that it's akin to gambling and that it doesn't belong because it actually does the same thing to your brain that gambling does, like in a casino or like picking odds or something.
Well, then for me, the Pakistani, the curry and kebab restaurant, is like gambling.
Is the same chemicals going off in your head?
Well, because I have no idea what I'm going to get, and it's exciting just to order and just see what happens.
You know what it is when you order it.
I have no clue.
Come on.
I've eaten there 3 times. I've gotten something different all 3 times.
But most of those things have like
Curry.
chicken or
Yeah.
something in the title.
Lamb. Yeah.
Like you know what it is.
I've had shrimp and lamb and chicken there.
Yeah.
All delicious, by the way.
I don't
Go to
think
Curry and Kebab.
I don't think that's
Maybe they want to be a sponsor of the
same.
show.
That would be tight.
Yeah.
That'd be really great.
Well, listen, we got to wrap this thing up.
Why? Where you got a plane to catch?
Um,
Good thing it's not Sunday when the power's out at the airport.
Tell me about it.
That was crazy, man.
They had flights canceled yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
I would say that's recovered a lot quicker than I thought it would, though.
I do believe that it sends a message, though, that you don't really need to do anything other than to disrupt our country, to flatten our country. Mm. You don't need to do anything other than shut down the power grid, which is something I have been screaming for a long time. I guess we need
to wrap it up, huh, Chief? I guess it's time to go, man. You just not much going on.
I hope Kim Jong-un was not watching because he's going after the power grid.
All right.
Roll us out.
Listen, that does it for Third Thoughts. Not just for today, but for 2017.
Last show.
Listen, we started this thing the end of October. We're wrapping this show up now. We'll be back with you on January the 2nd.
January 2.
For a 2018 edition. Season 2 begins in January.
Come on now.
Season 1 wrapping up. It's been a pleasure. If you've been with us and you love it, let us know. Like, review, subscribe, do all the stuff. Hit us on Twitter. If you're still on Twitter and you're not mentally handicapped,
if you got a story you want
Twitter,
us to talk about,
yes,
send us a link.
If you want a spot on the show, let us know. Listen, we got a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff coming up in 2018. We're gonna have some guests.
Yes,
we're launching some new formats here. We're gonna get some more voices, some more thoughts, some more minds in here thinking with us, conversating with us. You don't want to miss it. Come back and be with us. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next year.
We're out.